Laughter is the only thing that'll keep you sane. And this world is crying more and more every day. Don't let evil get you down in this madness spinning round and round. I want you to live forever.
On any given day, Hampshire County Young Life sends leaders into the middle schools and the high schools in our community to win the friendships of lost teenagers.
As long as high school and middle school kids in our area mill around at ball games looking for love in all the wrong places.
As long as they desperately seek an identity based on the opinions of friends and reputation.
I want to be found there, not in the adult section where it's respectable,
but right in the middle where passions vulgar and profane, blurred out obscenity, where arrogant and reckless facades hide wounded hearts filled with insecurity and fear.
As long as there is an enemy who can convince his victims that tomorrow doesn't matter and that harm cannot find them.
As long as God has rendered him a defeated foe, using the weakest of us to shine a light that pierces the darkest of places and brings rescue to the lost.
As long as the darkness is blasted away by the light of the world, a light that lives within all who know, follow, and love him.
As long as there is such darkness, I'll man my post right in the middle of all the chaos, holding my position until he calls the last play and the lights fade out.
I first met my leader when I was going into my 8th grade year of middle school. We were getting off the bus to go to camp, not really knowing who was going to be in the cabin with us, and she was just there, arms wide open, running toward us with like total excitement just to meet all of us.
The first time I met my Young Life leader was the summer of 8th grade going up to summer camp, and he was our van driver for that. So he was just asking us all these questions the whole time, and back then we were all just playing on our phones and listening to our music. We were completely not paying attention to him the whole time, and we were all just like, who is this guy?
I met my Young Life leader at Dave Winch's house when I was babysitting his kids when they were pretty young. I was babysitting Caleb, Callie, and Katie, and I was pretty overwhelmed, and I think Dave knew that, so he asked her to come over and help me out.
He had a career outside of coaching volleyball. He did it for free, actually, but still, like, he found the time throughout his life to kind of just show up, be there for me, be there for my friends, and like in getting to know him, like I realized kind of how much he sacrificed just to spend time with me and like show me the love that he did throughout the years.
Each week, early in the morning, she drives from Amherst to pick us up and teach us about Jesus and the Bible.
He just modeled love. He always wanted to get to know us better. And I didn't really know what it was at the time, but there was just something about him that was different.
He was just absolutely bonkers. He was so much fun to be around and a great guy, and so much just energy coming out of him. It was great.
Seeing how my leader loved me and like loved the other kids in my area so unconditionally, no matter what we did, made it so when I heard the club talks about how Jesus' love is so unconditional, not as far as a jump as it seemed to be before.
She's fun and she's patient with us when we're being really annoying, and she loves everyone.
My leader has actually become kind of my life mentor because they've always been there to listen to me and constantly give me advice on my life situations that I've been in at the time.
He taught me that I don't have to wait till Sunday to worship the Lord. I can sit down, pray, read the Bible whenever I want on my own time.
He introduced me to my favorite verse. As iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. And I just kind of learned, like, in talking to him about that verse and talking to like the community that he built about that verse, that like Dan lived his entire life that way, and kind of showed me that, like, you know, your faith isn't something that lasts only a few hours of the day, but you need to be around people at all times that kind of sharpen you and like help build you and make you who you are.
I showed up in a position not in the right state of mind, if you know what I mean. And I thought that I had wrecked our friendship and her trust in me. And I remember going to her in tears. And that's when she embraced me and told me about the God of second chances. And that was the first time that I had ever experienced true forgiveness. when I didn't deserve it.
Thank you for being patient with me always and being understanding. And thank you that you were always pointing me back towards God. And thank you that you never gave up on me.
Thank you for teaching me that Jesus is fun and for helping me with my math homework.
Thank you for all the Dunkin' Donuts and the Panera mac and cheese. Thank you for listening to my annoying middle school self talk about things that probably weren't really important. Thank you also for being such a clear example of what it's like to live fully and not giving up on me when that's not something that I thought I wanted.
Thank you for bringing me to fall weekend and showing me the best weekend of my life and showing me a reason to want to come back and keep doing this now to this day.
Thanks for teaching me to be open with others and how to sail a sailboat.
Thank you, because my life and the person that I am today would not be the same without you.
My life will never be the same, and I'll never forget my leaders, Cliff and Laura Wright,
Dan Thompson,
Marge Palmer,
Alex Prophet,
Steph Dipple,
Ashley Murphy,
Stu Handel,
Alexander Prophet.
The sky so blue.
So there you have it. Sure, we have Young Life clubs and we have Young Life campaigners, but Young Life is not about an event. Young Life is about relationships. So next time you're at a football game or any other sporting event, look to that wild, untamed crowd of kids, and you might just see a random adult who does not belong. And chances are that adult is a Young Life leader.
You're a symphony. I want you to live forever underneath the sky.